AI is way more powerful if you can provide it with well-described context of its particular problem space. And that's something that we've been wrestling with for a number of years. And this is where we start talking about things like ontologies. How do you describe a domain as an ontology so that it can be used as context for an AI? And that's hard. It's something that as an industry, we're only really just getting to grips with at the moment. And that's really where the power of an autonomic approach really starts to deliver value. As human beings, we all have autonomic nervous systems, and breathing is part of one of those three-ish autonomic nervous systems that we have. We don't consciously think about breathing. Our autonomic nervous system makes us do that in its own right. And that is an example of how and where we use the word autonomic. What most people see when they talk about generative AI is a chatbot. It's the conversation with an LLM. And that is not what an autonomic entity is. An autonomic entity can use an LLM for its input. It can use an LLM to turn unstructured data into intent and entities and meaning and semantic understanding, but it's not an LLM. What the autonomic entity does is it understands those inputs from things like an LLM, from events, from data sources, and it makes decisions. It is effectively a digital brain that has training, it has guardrails, and then it will create its own events. It will create its own signals. It will send an email. It will send a message to a human being if it needs approval or authority to do something which is outside of its guardrails. Or alternatively, it will simply update the CRM system or make a payment to a particular organization if that is within its ability to do from its approval process, for example. We are absolutely committed to being pioneers in this particular space. We're doing it to ourselves. We're creating our own autonomic entities in a number of different spaces so that we can prove these approaches. But we believe so heavily in this, and it is, as I said, it's this perfect storm of technologies coming together that's allowing us to deliver on these architectures. It is massively exciting.